Alright, so I was able to fix the issue that I had earlier today in the first part of my stream. Indeed, rubber duckying it and going through and realizing that I had a second call to get held item variables. And here's the fix. I wasn't passing through, I had the target, but I wasn't passing through the acting player character. I was assuming incorrectly. This is actually a variable that I myself made. So sure, the gameplay ability would naturally get this. I could have plugged this in here, get actor info, break gameplay ability, actor info, and get the owner actor, because that's what it is. But the variable itself wasn't passing through per se. So when going to the server from the client, essentially on the client server switch when replicating, I'll run through this again real quick. After all the logic over like what equipment type is it, how far away are you, this, that, checking for clicked actor, etc. We go is server. If true, then go ahead and get the held item variables, which the variable would be set. That would work. Then do the animation and then continue to wait for the hit notify. Let me open up my chat here, by the way. Um, see if anyone's here with me. So the client comes through instead if it's not a server. The client side we've set these variables, and client side we go ahead and play. We go false here. We're not the server. We go ahead and play the montage, and then do the server attack. Now before I was only sending in the target, so obviously when this comes through again, and now the server is checking for the held item variables, now that wasn't valid inside here, that acting player character. So now I've just done that. Now I've done this so that I don't have to I can use the interface, I don't have to cast to anything, and the only thing stored here is an actor reference. So now this works. And let me show you how I fixed it, if the debugs are still there. No, they're not. Let me just show you, demonstrate what happens instead. First. So before I was getting the error that no main hand weapon, no main hand item was found. So see the health will come up here. 95, 90, I'm doing damage to the server character. If this other character comes around here and also tries to damage the server character, 80, 75, right? So we have, there we go, multiplayer replicated damage and everything. Now let me show you how I figured it out, because this is really the important part here. This is the kind of stuff you got. I didn't even use the debug tracer, the blueprint stack, etc. This is from clicking on the ground. I still gotta pass that through. But essentially what I really did was I was trying to figure out if it was properly setting my inventory. So I did set up a correct inventory on the player state, just like put it where it's supposed to go, and then interface calls to get and set the equipment, just to do it proper. But that wasn't the problem. But this is where I get put by hitting F9, and then also on the player state. Basically, I've been a little overkill here, making sure that's replicated. I can probably undo some of that, but basically the interface call is doing a go to server and then go to multicast. I could probably try trimming some of that off, but for now, just show you a quick trick. So I could see the player equipment here. Step into the next node. I can see it's getting a player equipment reference to start the get. And now once I've stepped through, using the step into the next node to be executed, F11, I've stepped a couple times. That's the step into, not the step to or step out. this will go step into, we'll do like every single node to make sure you're getting all the logic run through. And here I can see that it's getting a weapon class. And now I go to the next one. We can see that the structure being sent to it by mousing over that struct out and expanding it, we can see it has the main handheld. So now, using interface, that's the end of the logic. It would just resume play if I did this, but I put the F9 on here as well to continue debugging and to see. Now here, it looks like it's not there, and I got a little hung up there. But if you continue stepping into, you can see that after it's happened, the previous node has its valid information. So it is sending the held main hand item, and it was doing that all the way through, no problem. And so I'm like, okay, wait a second, it's not the problem. Let's debug the actual, print string itself. So I put it on here, and that's when I realized that, in fact, when this was getting hit, I could demonstrate it to you, or I could just kind of explain real quick. When that was actually hit, what I was focusing on for way too long was here on the client side. There we go, sorry. Get held item variables. Right after this is set on the client side, see local controller only. And I was kind of fixated on like, oh, this must be invalid, this must be invalid. When really, when I hit the F9 print string, it was getting through this. Valid, valid, valid. All this was reading true. And I'm like, oh, wait a second, okay. So it's only getting invalid when the client does it and it sends it to the server, and just like immediately like that. Once I was able to find and follow the blueprint debugger through here and see this is where it fails, then I know that the only difference here. I tried replicating this value. No, I just gotta send it through. So then I just gotta send it through. So I just wanted to showcase that, little perseverance and tenacity. You don't give up. The stupid little checkbox or the stupid little variable, you eventually find it, and everything's happy. Um, but it's also just, this is a slightly different method for me, slightly different practice, making sure I'm just using plain actor references, passing through bare minimum as possible. And I kind of thought like, oh, I must be doing that wrong. No, I was doing that fine. It's just sort of an old, same old typical. Make sure I'm only passing in two actor object references, which is nice and slim, but you still have to pass them through. They're not just going to be there on their own. So yeah, still feeling pretty good about this. And slap some characters around real quick just to show it off a little more. So let's take a quick look at, so you can turn them off and on while you're playing. So for example, resume, it'll go ahead and hit this one again. I'll turn that off as well. Now resume. I'll show a little bit of this menu. These buttons are nice. I'm still working on the sizing. So, success from client. And let's get a 3-person. Just close this, minimize that. There we go. And I do have to figure out making it not like slap. That's not figuring out, but just track down the loose end there, not making it slap when you hit the end of a walk path. The computer is not happy about that. There we go. Attack. I want to make it full screen. Just you can see that it's happening on both screens. It's not hard. Cancel and continue. All right, pretty basic, but just getting the core fundamentals like pure and not relying on ye old cast nodes and stuff is a really important step. So I'm just glad to get that done. All right, take it easy until next time.